It's time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by the Butterfly Palace and Rainforest Adventure, Adventure Cave Tours, and Talking Rocks Cavern. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Good morning on a Thursday. Hope you're having a great week, and we're moving right along, getting to some news this morning.
This was an interesting story that I saw in the Springfield Business Journal. A couple who lives in the University Heights neighborhood off Sunshine and National offered $625,000 to the developers who are hoping to do a commercial development in that space there on the corner right across from Mercy Hospital. Apparently, the developers said, no thanks. They're not interested in selling the property that they now have. As you'll recall, this has been in the news a lot lately. Developers initially wanted a much bigger project there with shopping and restaurants, doing a 6-story building, but they have since redesigned their initial concept and say that they would do a smaller endeavor with a 2 to 3 story development instead. But for now, that project is still being litigated. So it is on hold of sorts.
Yeah, those are a couple of interesting developments there. The offer is a fair amount of money. They obviously think they can make more with that, with the development if it goes into place. But then dropping it from 6 stories to 2 or 3, I mean, that's cutting it in half. So that's a fairly major thing. I don't know if that concession is enough for the neighbors. It doesn't sound like it probably will be, but that's a big deal.
Yep. All right. Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. And this next one also, hours of testimony, both for and against St. Louis Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner. The state attorney general is the one trying to remove her from office for not doing her job well, he says. Of course, she does have some strong support and some opposition. At issue, the AG is accusing Gardner of essentially willful neglect of her job duties. Her attorneys say far from it. Ultimately, a Court of Appeals judge set a timeline for lawyers to respond in writing to certain claims that each one made, and he scheduled the trial for the end of September.
That's also very interesting to watch. I think the camel that broke the straw that broke the camel's back for the AG from his part was that 18-year-old girl who was with her family at a volleyball tournament in St. Louis, walking in downtown St. Louis back to the hotel. A guy who had broken his bond more than 100 times hit her and caused her to lose both of her legs. That was a very high-profile incident, and then it was following that the AG started the process to try to remove her from office. Saying that the guy should have been in jail. She says that it's the judge's fault, and there's a lot of other stories that are part of this as well. So I don't know how it'll turn out. I don't know what the legal precedent is for that, but we'll be watching.
Yeah. What was interesting is when I was reading about it, apparently it was hours long for and against. So it's very hotly divided.
Sure. And it is political. They're on opposite sides of the political aisle as well. So this has been a long time coming for people who drive anywhere near Missouri State's campus. But that tunnel that connects the parking lot there across from the stadium with the stadium and with campus is almost complete. It's under Grand Street there. So if you've driven Grand Street, you know that at least one lane has been shut down for quite a while there. There have been major delays. The cost much more than anticipated, but the tunnel should be completed next month. Sources of funding for that nearly doubled price tag is what it ended up being. Include federal budget stabilization fund and anybody? COVID money, yes, as well as the university who's paying for some of that as well. Meanwhile, speaking of COVID, airlines, we know were hit hard during COVID. Challenges continue for them. But if you've been in an airport recently, you know that people are ready to fly again, and they are, in fact, flying. Airports are packed. Planes are packed. But the airlines are running out of pilots. That's going to be a big problem coming up. Too many pilots are retiring soon. Not enough are coming up to replace them through the ranks. So it's so bad that the CEO of a regional airline association says the shortage could collapse. Collapse. That's a pretty severe word. Collapse air service all across this country, which maybe he's being a little bit dramatic to shed light on the issue, but maybe not. And if not, we're all in trouble.
Yeah, that's really wild. Really wild to consider how America does business, much of it on a plane.
I think Griffin might end up being a pilot. Just FYI. I was talking to him about it the other day, even before this.
Really?
I think that'd be a cool job. I think he would enjoy that job. So yeah,
You're
he's a
going to tell
pilot.
me life-changing news live on a podcast?
He's a pilot in training now. I forgot to mention that.
No, I had a dream when he was 3 that he was going to be a military commander.
Well, maybe he'll be in the Air Force.
And then I was listening to an R.C. Sproul, the late, great theologian, R.C. Sproul. And I had like a vision of Griffin, like on the front lines. He was in battle. He was winning. We were winning. It was terrifying.
Yeah, that sounds
I have
terrifying.
friends right now whose kids are in the military, and I can't even talk about it. Whew. Okay.
God bless him.
All right. Yeah, seriously. A new Mexican restaurant is opening in downtown Springfield tomorrow. That's exciting. It is my favorite kind of food. I love Mexican food. I have not been to this place yet. It's called El Parizio Mexican Kitchen. Serves modern Mexican food. They already have a location in Stratford. Apparently, they're doing well enough to now be opening this new location in Springfield at 610 West College Street, which is formerly the Lost Signal.
Oh, yeah, brewing company. Yeah. I just saw another. Griffin and I were at Sam's Club last night, and the Hot Cluckers building right across from. It's been empty since the
South Campbell and
trouble.
El Camino Alto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Habaneros is going in there. Another Mexican place. I've never heard. I don't know if it's a chain. I looked it up on Facebook. I didn't find it, so I don't know if it's a chain or not. But Habaneros is going in there. And then in the old Maria's location in downtown Springfield, another Mexican restaurant just opened recently. I believe it's open now. So we got a lot of new choices for Mexican food in Springfield.
That's exciting because I do love it. So I'll be the judge of that. Let you know how it is. I feel like I'm a Mexican food connoisseur, so I'll let you know. Okay. A new skyscraper is coming to Kansas City that is taller than most. How high? 30 stories, 350 feet in the air. Mr. Forhetz could not do it. He couldn't do it. I would have an office on the top floor. The FAA granted permission for it to be built. It's going to be a mixed-use tower next to the Kaufman Center for the Performing Arts.
Okay. Yeah, 30 stories. That's pretty tall.
Yeah. We don't have anything like that here.
I would not be a window washer on that, I can assure you.
Yeah. We went to Las Vegas when we were first dating. This is a good story. And we were in the Stratosphere restaurant, which is like the big, tall needle. And we were eating, and Ethan was white-knuckled, holding on to the table in the middle of the restaurant. It was great fun for me to watch him.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of heights. And she went over to the edge and was like leaning out over the glass. It freaked me out.
Just to mess with him. It was a good time.
I don't like it. St. Louis Cardinal Adam Wainwright took the mound for the first time this season, and he did so yesterday at Hammons Field in Springfield. Very, very cool. He threw 59 pitches over 3 innings in his first rehab outing since his groin injury in spring training. He gave up 4 hits, a couple of them home runs. The 41-year-old is in his final season in Major League Baseball, and his probably his final game ever throwing at Hammons Field. That's how it appears to be, although maybe that could change. But one of the things that's cool, he loves City Butcher when he's in town. He's talked about that before, how much he loves to eat there. But he also, when these veterans come in, they've made a ton of money in Major League Baseball. They come in to not spring training, but lower affiliates, AA and AAA baseball, and they will take the team out or cater in a very, very nice meal for the rest of the team because, the kids playing minor leagues don't make a lot of money like the major leaguers do. So steak and lobster was on the menu last night after the game. He took the players out for a super cool meal, and it was all on Adam Wainwright. He picked up the bill for everybody. So that's a neat tradition whenever they get to come down. Yadier Molina did that last year, I believe. So it's just neat.
That's cool. Let me show you this picture. Hopefully the good folks can see it. This is my son's best friend, and that's him with Wayno in his car. You see that? He's
In his
like
car.
signing his card. Yeah. Can you tell? He got his
Yeah.
card. He got his signature. Isn't that so fun?
Oh, that's very
So,
cool.
yeah, he was like driving out of the parking lot and he just flagged him down.
Well, I saw a lot of pictures of him taking time to sign autographs for people, and he seems like a very, very gracious, good guy all the way
That's
around.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
cool. All right. Well, speaking of baseball, fun times this weekend. Tomorrow, Friday, the Springfield Cardinals have a home game against Midland. You can stick around for Friday night fireworks afterward. So go back and
Yeah.
support your Springfield Cardinals. Then Saturday, the 22nd, it is Earth Day cleanup day from 8 to noon at Lake Springfield. Pre-registration is required. You can pick up trash, make everything beautiful again. Some experienced floaters will have the option of a 5-mile section to float of the James River from Creighton access to the Southwood access. But there is cleanup on and off the water, along the shoreline, and everywhere in between. So check it out at www.jamesriverbasin.com. So they do want you to pre-register, jamesriverbasin.com. Check it out and get signed up to help.
And that's Saturday, right?
That's Saturday. Yep.
Yeah. You will not want to be on the water today because we've got some a decent chance of severe weather today. 90% chance of rain. So it's going to rain at some point. Storms could be severe. And then it's going to be cold kind of over the weekend. A low of 31 Saturday and highs only in the 50s. So it'll feel pretty chilly. And then we're going to stay in the 60s for a few days, more rain chances. But the storms are a today thing. So get ready. Maybe this morning.
Okay. Brace yourself. All right. Thanks for joining us. We hope you have a great day, and we will see you back here tomorrow.
Yep. See you later.